So this is my analogy to try to change people's perspective. Change their perspective on martial arts. I say, who's a better martial artist? Okay, MMA champion or professional baseball player?
Why haven't I not heard this and I don't know what the right answer is? Wait, give me a second. MMA martial artist, professional
martial arts,
or a professional
baseball player.
Baseball player.
Baseball player. Now, the first thing I get is baseball player. That's not a martial art. That's a sport. And I go, whoa, MMA's a sport. And they go, oh, okay.
It's true.
It is, but that's a martial art. Baseball's not a martial art. And I go, real quick, more effective martial art than MMA. And they go, no, it's not. Yes, it is. No, it's not. I said, baseball. Baseball player.
This is a great topic. I got a lot of baseball friends out there.
Okay.
This is going to be great.
Throws a baseball. How fast? How fast do you throw a baseball?
Over 100 miles per hour.
Oh. At what target? At what?
At a glove.
Which is the size of this.
The size, right.
Right. Okay, so could that
be a head?
Could it?
Yeah.
Outside of this, this is not outside of the realm of possibilities. It could easily be a head. Here's something else. What if he was trying to be conservative?
Wow, and how many yards is that? How many yards is that away? All you baseball fans out there, please comment, because I don't know, but how many feet or how many yards is it from the home plate to the pitcher's mound?
What about when they're in the outfield and they're tossing it to first base? Come on, man, that's a serious journey. That's like, right? And they get it. And the guy often is not searching for the ball. Often it's like, I'm just saying, right? So here's the thing. I'm just saying. So here's the thing. He can fire that rocket of an arm, right? That rocket of the ball at the size of a face, right? So what does he really need to hit if it's combat? Anywhere in the body.
Bigger than a hand.
Anywhere in the body. If he hits a guy in the leg with that ball, it's going to be effective.
Yeah, change the ball into a rock.
Anything.
Yeah.
A beer bottle. Anything.
Yeah.
Anything. A beer bottle. Anything. So here's the thing, right? Number one, baseball player. Why? Because of the pitching. What if he got closer? What if he had a stick or a bat? How hard does he swing that bat? How
pretty
hard?
Dang on hard. Hard enough to knock a ball out like
out of a stadium.
Yeah.
Okay?
That would hurt.
Now hell yeah. Now, this man trains, okay? This man trains. And this is what he trains to hit with this bat. This bat is this around. What's he training to hit? A target that is
that big. Or even the size of a fist.
In combat, what's the target size?
He hit something. He's going to hit something.
He's not going to have an issue. He's not going to have an issue. And then what's this MMA guy going to do? Is he going to throw baseballs at him? Come on! Boom! Come on!
That's great.
Come on!
I never heard that analogy.
And do you think that who's going to wear out first? The man with the bat? Or this guy with his legs and kicks? He'll never get close enough to use them. And here's the thing. If he got close enough to use his punches and kicks, he got past the baseballs, he got past the bat, that baseball player will outrun you. You're not going to catch him. You're not going to catch him.
They need to do this on Discovery Channel.
He sprints like that, man.
Yeah.
Boom. He's out. He's out. You never catch him. Safe. That's right. That's right. So when we're talking martial arts, people are like MMA, and I go professional baseball. And they're like, what? You know? And I go, oh, by far, not even close. Baseball, all the way. And they go, you don't even like sports. No, I'm talking martial arts here. You need to change your perspective. You know, the guys that are going, oh, wait, he can't throw rocks, that's not fair. What world are you living in?
Yeah.
That's fair.
Is that an octagon or is that planet Earth?
Yeah, come on. and then, he's not going to have a bat. Oh, he'll have a bat. How long does it take to have a bat?
Not long. Long enough to pop your trunk.
Right. Not long. Not long at all. I'll tell you what. If I was gonna fight a guy,
and be right back.
If I was gonna fight a guy and I was a baseball player, okay, I'm in a bar. I'm a baseball player. I'm in a bar, and the guy's like, in my face. I go, meet me outside. And what am I doing outside? I'm popping the trunk. Come on. When are you gonna have a bat? Well, bats are not in short supply. Mm-hmm. You know? Come on. Italians knew that. Anyway, everybody back in the day knew that. Anyway, the point is that that a change in perspective is needed because we are glorifying this thing. You know, and how great is it?
Wow, it's deep.
You know, we're glorifying it. Oh, you know, he's got the stranglehold. He's got the... Yeah, he hit him with a bat and he blew his head off his shoulders, you know? He's... Man, it's not going to be hard for him to hit you, you know? And I do this analogy with a lot of different things. I think in a previous interview with Sensei, we talked about a railroad worker.
Oh, yes.
With the pick that hits the little pins in.
Yeah.
You know, if the guy's swinging a hammer every day. And across the board, you know, who's a better martial artist? You know, a carpenter or an MMA practitioner. A carpenter has many tools at his disposal. And then, you know, usually that doesn't win anybody over because people are like, oh, what, he's coming in with his utility belt? Yeah, yes he is. Literally a utility belt. You know? he's got a hammer, you know, he's got a crowbar, you know.
Tape measure.
Yeah. You know, and, you know, people, he's got the DeWalt. You know, I think that there's something to be said about that because they're so close-minded. You know.
Yeah, it does narrow your he puts the blinders on.
The blinders on.
Yeah.
Oh, but he's the greatest. I heard one guy say that what was his name? Brock Lesnar or something like that was the greatest warrior of all time. That's what people were saying.
Oh, well, they talked it up to get
greatest warrior of all time. And I'm like, really?
He got his ass whooped.
Really? What about Genghis Khan? What about the guy who would beat you, rape you, then eat you? What about that guy? What about that guy, huh? What about the Khans? Genghis Khan. I saw this thing on the History Channel. It's Genghis Khan that every third American is directly related to Genghis Khan.
Dang, that means he just was running stuff.
Yeah, man. Now, you want to talk about the greatest warrior of all time? I think he might chalk up there. You know, greatest warrior of all time. Come on.
Yeah. No rules.
No.
Greatest warrior. No
warrior
rules.
of all time.
Yeah.
You're talking about the greatest mass murderer. Mm-hmm. That's what you're talking about. You're not talking about some guy in the ring who won a couple fights. I mean, yeah, good job. One-on-one. Nice. It's the place to be. You take Genghis Khan, who's used to 30-on-1, you know, dealing with how many people trying to murder him, and he's covered in blood. You can just envision that. And come on.
Yeah, it's pretty badass.
And how many over the centuries, you know, centuries and centuries of time, I mean, we're a warrior race. That's what we do. And you're saying that guy...
That Brock Lesnar
is
WWE trained actor.
Yeah, he's the best. Are you
Big
sure?
Behemoth.
Are you sure about that?
He got tapped out. Somebody put him in a heel hook. I forget who it was. You guys probably know out there.
Yeah, because he's a human being.
But he didn't know nothing about heel hooks. He was stepping the octagon. Yeah, they talked him up. This is Brock Lesnar coming from WWE. He's gonna take over the UFC. You watch. They put him in there with the same size cat. Hit him with a heel hook. And he was sitting there yawning with his heel hook in. He was like,
oh really?
Yeah, we'll find it, clip it up in there.
It's going to be very difficult for him to pass the guard of Frank Mir. It's a very unusual guard. He's going for a footlock. He's going to hold the leg. Lesnar! He's in it! He's down!
He's like yawning. He's like, And then when he won, he got up. He's like, "That was a fucking heel hook. Who doesn't know that shit?" Brock didn't. It was disappointing.
But the point is that people just have very weird views, and they just buy into this media. Media says you think this way, and they're like, yes.
Yes. Move.
Yes. The term sheeple.
Oh yeah.
You know?
Big time.
And that's what they are, and it's sad. All the time I think about that. All the time.
Mm.
Man, that's a tangent.
Technique of the week.
Tidbit. I had a kid from the teen class. He was like 14 years old, helping me train a kid in the kids class. I don't suggest this. I mean, we all do it as martial artists because you got a kids class, and you got tons of kids running around, and you need help guiding them and learning them and channeling their focus. So I picked the wrong helper, but he was super eager to help. He's a 14-year-old, and he's helped me with a 7-year-old. And the 7-year-old is brand new to the art. So in our martial art, we evade multiple ways at the same time. So we're going back on a 45-degree angle, we're deflecting, and we're doing everything that we can to eliminate the threat and of attack. And this is what this 14-year-old's telling the 7-year-old to do. You need to go back on the angle. And then he goes, I'm telling you, you need to go back on the angle. So I just catch at the corner of my eye a fist, and it's not, when you first start, he's a kid. Even if I first start training adults, I throw cream puffs at them, Okay, man, here you go. Ready? It's this one. Until he learns, right? So this is a kid, and it's just like this. Just like,
and he took it?
And the kid took it to the face and went down, and the kid's mouth's bloody. And I go, what the hell was that? And he goes, I told him to go back on the angle.
But he didn't go, the kid.
The kid's just like his first week in the dojo. What are you talking about? This is a lesson, a billion lessons wrapped in one. And it's a silly tale, and I'm sure that people have similar tales. But here's the lesson here. 1, as you start your martial arts, it's not going to be like that. It's a gradual progression. 2, don't have a teenager ever help you teach. 3, it's just dangerous. 3, it's anything when you're not acclimated to it is seemingly impossible. And maybe not just seemingly, it may be impossible. If I was just talking about this the other day. If you put me in front of a car and said, fix it, I would go, huh? What? If you put my mechanic in the dojo, and he said, now take these punches and kicks, you went, huh? Wait, what? They're going to come at me with knives? What? You need to be acclimated, you need to be trained, and it needs to be a gradual thing. I think with the advantageous new recruits coming from this modern concept of let's get it on, the octagon concept, they want to get it on, but they believe that it's about exchanging blows, and they're ready to take them. Okay. Yeah, there's a couple things there, One,
we don't play patty cake.
Yeah, we're not going back and forth. But I'm glad that you're ready to get hit. that's a good thing. You know, that's a benefit.
Right. It's hard to get to that point.
Yeah.
Where you'll take a punch.
For many people, that's too scary. So, congratulations. You know,
you don't have to worry about that step.
Yeah, you skipped over that step. Now let's real quick get into the warrior mentality of I cannot. If I'm fighting 30 guys, I cannot get hit by every single one of these guys. I'm never gonna survive this. I need to evade. I need to make it impossible that they hit me. I need to train. So to get there, it needs to be a gradual thing. We need to take steps toward it. It might seem like a silly story where, I got a teenager that laid out a 7-year-old. Oh, it's horrible. Try explaining that to the parents. Oh, horrible. Horrible. That happened, I was a Waka sensei. I was a young sensei. That happened every bit of 12 years ago. Maybe longer. And, my God, you learn from your mistakes. As a teacher, I would never set that up again. So that, setting up a fall, right? And I really thought this teenager was like a kind and caring soul that was going to take care of this little tyke and help him out. And man, he helped him.
He sure did.
Man, he sure helped him.
Oh gosh, French knuckle sandwich.
Boom, French. And I've had the same thing in the adult class. I'll tell you what, history repeated itself once or twice, but it's usually the
John Smash.
That was it.
Oh God.
Do you remember that story?
Oh God.
Never forget that story. We won't tell you who got tagged, but it was like, you won't hit a man with glasses, will you?
Oh God.
Then John was like, I'll put the glasses through your face.
Oh man.
Oh man.
Yeah.
And he did.
John's beast, dude.
Oh man. But that wasn't a week in. That was a couple of years in. You're an orange belt now.
Yeah.
And tell me you can't evade. And yeah.
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 If you got a certain belt on, you gotta expect certain things. If you don't, you're gonna get hit.
Yeah. That's a different story.
It's just the way it is.
That's okay when that happens. That's okay when that happens. We're not talking about kids. We're not talking about...
No, we're talking adults.
We're talking about adults. We're talking about he was trained to deal with it. Now deal with it. And you know what? You're not gonna evade every fist. That's part of it. You do everything that you can possibly do to eliminate the threat, and then train for when that fails. Because you know what? It's ones and zeros, people.
Yeah.
And if you've got a 1, then you've got a 0. Okay? So the idea is that if there is an in, then there is a yo. And it is not about in or yo, it's about in yo ho. It is about the culmination of both sides and how they integrate and how they become one. So the fact that you can evade a fist means that the opposite is true, that you cannot evade a fist. Sensei, am I ever going to get good enough to where there is no threat? I laugh. Well, what world do you live in? What universe do you? He walks up behind you. You think it's someone else, and he clocks you from 6 feet away with a 2x4. That can happen. This idea that you're always going to be on guard, and you're always going to see it coming. And no, you train and train and train so that you will eliminate possibilities. But there are an infinite number of possibilities.
Right, and you can't stop them.
And you can't.
You just can't. That's the reality of it.
So
You're gonna get hit.
Going back to it, prevention, reaction, recovery.
Yeah.
You need to train. I had a guy. This is kind of a different tale. It's a 3-for-1 deal. This is a different tale, but I had a guy come into the dojo and he goes, "You're training your students to do something after they get hit."
I remember this.
And I said, "Well, yeah." And he's like, "Isn't that counterproductive?" I was like, "No, that's productive. And he goes,
Who does this guy think he is?
He doesn't know martial arts, but he is coming to a martial arts school to learn martial arts, but he wants to tell the martial arts instructor that he's wrong. Which makes total sense.
Love that.
Love it. We all do it.
Love it.
I'd like to go into emergency rooms
Oh, that's my camera.
and tell the we're on to this guy
Yeah.
until the
Yeah.
until the emergency room doctor that he's wrong. It's just ridiculous.
Oh, you're doing that.
What
cut
are you doing?
wrong.
No.
Let me help you.
Don't sew him up. You got to get the blood out first. but yeah, that's what this guy does. He comes in. He says, "What did he say?" He said, "You're training them to move after they get hit. Well, it's too late then." I was like, "Listen, man. If your heart's still beating, if you're still alive, it's not too late. You know, everything is an opportunity for success. And if your art doesn't train that way." The fighting arts versus the warrior arts. The fighting arts, it's all about reset. Reset.
You got me. Let's reset.
Reset.
You got me again.
It's and that's okay. And that's okay if that's what you're into.
Uh-huh.
But we're not talking about reset. When you get me,
Right.
Whoa,
Right.
or something, or anything.
Right.
It doesn't have to be that.
Not
It could
resetting.
be
Anything
no
but
resetting. No, a warrior takes ground, and sometimes that ground's given to him. And that's okay too.
Hey, work with what's given to you.
Absolutely. Before asking for more.
Right.
Well, a lot of arts are let me try again.
Right.
Like they have this idea.
Back and forth.
Yeah. Oh, I missed that one. Let me try again. Oh, let me try again.
Right.
That's
Pity pat.
and that's okay if that's your art.
Back and forth is not
But
fun.
that is not.
You get a lot of brain damage that way.
It's a good way to lose. You're always losing.
Yeah.
It's like, when two guys come out of the ring and they're both bloody, I go, oh, that guy won? I think he lost less. And like they're both lost, but that guy lost a little less. Oh, man. Winning would be never fighting, right?
Right.
And then, the degrees of winning, I think would be not getting touched. That would be a pretty good win.
Yeah, it would.
You know?
My dad has a saying that's kind of like that. He goes, "So, son, you want to know how to win a fight? Don't step in the ring."
There it is.
I mean, it's the stupidest but most profound thing I ever heard about fighting.
No.
You want to win the fight? Don't step in the ring.
Yeah. Right on, Dad.
I like it. But that still doesn't help me if somebody forces me
Puts
into the
you
ring.
into the ring.
And punches me in the face, and it's like, oh, okay, what do I do now, Dad?
Well, that's it. A warrior takes ground. and everything is fuel for the fire. Everything is thank you.
Mm-hmm.
Appreciate that. Thank you. More, please. Thank you. As soon as I process this, I will ask for more.
All right. And if you don't have any more for me, I hope your friend will.
There it is. And I might have you for your friend, and all kinds of things.
You can help me take care of your friend.
Yes. Yes. Come.
How insane is that?
That is crazy.
That is what it is, though. You're going to
That's
help
the
me
art.
take your friend out.
Yes.
Thank you for your help.
Whether you know it or not.
Right. You're going to help me.
We're working together.
That's just insane. That's so awesome.
That's the art.
Love it.
That is the art. The art is something else. So, on to next.
I got a crap load. I know you do too. But stay tuned. We'll catch the rest.